Good morning, children. I am back again with another session of Science Chapter 2. Today's topic is balance in nature. In the last session, we have studied that animals and plants are interdependent on each other. Let us recall what we did in the last session. We understood how plants are dependent on the animals for carbon dioxide, which they need for the process of photosynthesis. Right? And animals are dependent on the plants for oxygen, which they give out after photosynthesis. Animals use this oxygen to breathe, and plants use this carbon dioxide given out by the animals to prepare their food using by the process of photosynthesis. Now, children, we have understood that how plants and animals are dependent on each other. Now, if suddenly the number of plants increases, that means what? They need more carbon dioxide. But can the same number of animals produce more carbon dioxide? No. So that means if the number of plants suddenly increases, there will not be enough carbon dioxide for them to make their own food, which will affect the plants as well as the animals. If the number of plants suddenly increases, अगर plants का number suddenly increase हो जाता है, तो उनको ज़्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड चाहिए होगी अपना खाना बनाने के लिए. But number of animals तो same है, correct? Number of animals is still the same, so that means they cannot get enough carbon dioxide to make their own food, और इसीलिए plants will also suffer. Okay, and if the plants suffer, then the animals which are either directly or indirectly dependent on the plants, they will also suffer. Correct? Now we change the scenario completely and we say suddenly the number of animals increases. Now I am saying that suddenly the number of animals increases, which means what? They need more oxygen. But can the same number of plants give them enough oxygen to breathe? No. That means the number of animals will also suffer. A lot of animals will suffer. What I am saying? Understand it? If the number of animals suddenly increases, if there are more and more animals and the number of trees is still the same, so what will happen? They require more oxygen. Okay? They are more in number. Now they are more in number, so they require more oxygen. But the amount of oxygen in the air is still the same. So what will happen? These animals will start suffering, right? They will start to suffer. They will fight for oxygen. They will die. And as a result of which, the trees will also suffer because the trees are also dependent on the animals. Remember? Trees are also dependent on the animals for seed disposal and pollination. So, and trees will also get affected by this because they also want animals, they are also dependent on animals. So this means what? That basically all the living organisms, be it human beings, be it plants, be it animals, they are all interdependent on each other. God has made this balance in nature so that we may all function normally and peacefully. But this balance in nature is disrupted due to certain activities by human beings. Yes, children, we cut the trees for various purposes, be it making a building, be it mining, be it any other reason. For construction purposes, to make roads, to make buildings, to make several other things, we cut down a large number of forests. So, what happens at that time? At that time, animals also suffer. Right? And what should we do to protect it? We should grow more trees, right? We should make national parks. We should set boundaries where the humans should be prohibited to enter and cut that area, cut the trees in that area, right? So, this is what can be done to save the trees. And if we talk about animals who are also suffering, human beings have not left animals also. They have been hunting animals for their horns, for their skin, right? People are using the animal skin, they are using the animal horns, they are using animals for a lot of other reasons also. So they are exploiting the animals also. So what should we do to protect the animals? We should make wildlife sanctuaries. We should make wildlife reserves. We should make, there are several national parks also. Have you heard about Ranthambore? It is in Rajasthan, right? So that is also Ranthambore National Park, right? So that is also again for saving tigers. Tigers are preserved there. Okay, so we should initiate more such things where we can take care of both plants as well as animals to maintain this balance in nature. This is all that is there in this topic. Now let us read it from your book. Open your book. I've also got my book here, page number 20. Balance in nature. There is an optimum balance in nature between the number of plants and animals. We know that plants and animals are interdependent on each other for survival. So if the number of plants suddenly increases, the carbon dioxide breathed out by the animals will not be sufficient for the plants to make food. Similarly, if the number of animals suddenly increases, plants may not be able to provide sufficient amount of food and oxygen to all the animals. Hence, a sudden increase or decrease in the number of plants and animals can create a threat to the survival of either of them. This would disturb the balance in nature. Sometimes human activities such as cutting of trees, construction and mining disturb the balance in nature. Thus, human beings have to be very cautious about their impact on the environment. We must protect plants and animals. This will help to maintain the balance in nature on the earth. So that's all for today's session, and with this we have completed this chapter number 2. Okay, please read this topic again, page number 20, and also do the few questions that I am sending you. Learn them and write them down in your note. Thank you so much.